There's a moment when everything changes. Not because the world suddenly became fair. Not because someone handed you a map. But because you stopped waiting for permission. That moment, the one when you look in the mirror and say, "I've had enough of this version of me," that's the real beginning. Not a new year. Not a motivational quote. Not a round of applause. You change the moment you decide you're no longer willing to stay where you are. Because somewhere deep down you already know. You were built for more. And yet, most people will never touch their potential. Not because they're incapable, but because they've been conditioned to believe that more is for someone else, not you. You were taught to play it safe, to fit in, to wait your turn. But the truth is, greatness doesn't wait. It doesn't come knocking. It doesn't ask if you're comfortable. It shows up when you're exhausted, when your confidence is shaking, when you've been overlooked and it says, "Prove you want this." The world is loud. Be quiet and build. In a world addicted to noise, silence is a weapon. You don't need to announce your dreams. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to convince anyone that you're on the right path. You just need to show up. Every single day. While they post, you train. While they sleep, you study. While they scroll, you build. While they laugh, you keep moving. Because real power isn't loud. It's focused. You won't win because you yelled the loudest. You'll win because you outlasted them all. And while they chase attention, you'll chase mastery. Because when the lights fade and the audience leaves, what's left is what you've become. The difference between wanting and choosing. Everyone wants something, but few are willing to choose it. Wanting is easy. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants respect. Everyone wants change. But choosing? Choosing means cutting off all other options. Choosing means sacrificing comfort, giving up distractions, and saying no to short-term pleasure. Wanting is a wish. Choosing is a lifestyle. You don't become great by dabbling. You don't evolve by being halfway in. You have to go all in. Even when it's dark. Even when you're tired. Even when it doesn't feel fair. Because the moment you truly choose, everything starts to shift. Why validation is a trap? Let me ask you something. Would you still chase your dream if nobody ever clapped for you? Would you still train if no one posted your wins? Would you still build if nobody cared? If your motivation disappears when the attention disappears, then you're not building something real. You're feeding off applause. And applause is unreliable. If you need others to validate your path, then you've handed them the power to shut it down. Take it back. Build something so real, so unshakable, that even when the crowd is silent, you keep going. Because the real ones aren't chasing likes. They're chasing legacy. The hunger that never stops. There's a kind of hunger that isn't loud. It's not dramatic. It doesn't post about sacrifice. It just keeps showing up. Day in, day out. Whether it's raining, whether it's boring, whether it hurts. The ones who make it to the top are not always the most talented. They're the most obsessed. Obsessed with getting better. Obsessed with staying disciplined. Obsessed with earning respect from themselves. If you only push when it's easy, you'll never grow. If you only work when you feel motivated, you'll always be average. But if you learn to show up without emotion, with purpose, then nothing can stop you. Not pain, not doubt, not failure. Scars over status. Your story won't be told through your highlight reel. It'll be told through your scars. The late nights no one saw. The moments you kept going when everything screamed quit. The doubts you fought silently. The losses that became lessons. While others measure success in applause, you measure it in perseverance. You earn your stripes in silence. You earn your name when no one's watching. So let them underestimate you. Let them laugh. Let them call you crazy. Because someday they'll ask how you did it, and you'll smile. I did it in the dark. I built it when no one clapped. The voice that drives you. There are two voices inside of you. One that pulls you off track. No distraction. No insult. No failure. You rise because you choose to. Not once, but every single day. Says, you're not enough. You're not ready. It's too late. And another one that whispers, keep going. You've got more in you. Don't stop now. Which one wins? The one you repeat. The one you believe. The one you feed. Start feeding the right voice. Start speaking strength into your soul. Because if you keep waiting for someone else to believe in you, you'll stay stuck. You were made for more. But you won't reach it by accident. You have to fight for it. The price of greatness. Greatness is not free. It will cost you. Your comfort. Your sleep. Your pride. Your old identity. It demands sacrifice. It demands consistency. It demands pain. Most people aren't willing to pay that price. but you are. Because deep down, you know, you're not like most people. You weren't built for average. You weren't designed to blend in. You were designed to stand out. And not for show, but because the fire in your chest won't let you settle. You don't want a little success. You want all of it. And the truth is, you won't rest until you become what you know you're capable of. The power of decision. You don't rise by shouting. You rise by deciding. You rise by committing. You rise by doing the work even when nobody sees it. Because this journey, it's not about trophies. It's about becoming. It's about walking into your limits and crushing them. It's about becoming so focused, so sharp, so relentless, that nothing can pull you off track. No distraction. No insult. No failure. You rise because you choose to. Not once, but every single day. Let them doubt. You just build. They'll doubt you. They'll misunderstand your silence. They'll call you crazy for training when others rest. They'll say you're obsessed, extreme, too serious. Let them talk. You'll let your actions speak. You'll let your work echo louder than their opinions. Because you don't need them to see it. You just need to keep becoming it. You're not here to be impressive. You're here to be undeniable. And you don't owe the world an explanation. You owe yourself the effort. Let them doubt. You just build. They'll doubt you. They'll misunderstand your silence. They'll call you crazy for training when others rest. They'll say you're obsessed, extreme, too serious. Let them talk. You'll let your actions speak. You'll let your work echo louder than their opinions. Because you don't need them to see it. You just need to keep becoming it. You're not here to be impressive. You're here to be undeniable. And you don't owe the world an explanation. You owe yourself the effort. Become your standard. Most people rise to their goals. But the elite? They fall to their standards. If your standard is average, you'll always settle there. But if your standard is discipline, excellence, consistency, then even on your worst days, you'll still outperform most. Raise your standards so high that even when you're tired, you show up. Even when it hurts, you move forward. Even when it's thankless, you keep going. Because this is your race, your time, your life. The version of you that's waiting, there's a version of you that you haven't met yet. He's stronger, sharper, more focused, more dangerous. But you'll never meet him by staying comfortable. You'll only meet him at the edge of your limits, where your excuses run dry, where your fear has nothing left to say, where your past self can no longer follow you. That version of you? He's waiting. And every time you show up, you get closer to becoming him. Not because it's easy, but because you refuse to die with potential left on the table. Stop waiting. Not next year. Not when you feel motivated. Not when it's convenient. No. Now is all you have. Now is when you prove it. Now is when the quiet ones rise. You don't need permission. You don't need applause. You just need a reason that won't quit when life punches hard. You are not like most people. You are the exception, the outlier, the one who doesn't just survive storms. You build yourself in them. So go all in, not because it's guaranteed, but because you refuse to settle, because you owe it, not to them, not to the doubters, not to the audience, but to the version of you that never gave up. This is your time, and you're not done yet.